What if you can't tell the difference in a new model? What does that mean? I have people who tell me that about O3. I can't tell the difference from my work. And that got me thinking, why might it be that some people see a major difference in model performance and some people it's like, I don't know, I don't see a difference. Why would I bother? The answer, I think, lies in task saturation. For what you use the model for, it may not matter if the model is better. And this is happening more than people think. I see a lot of comments in my TikToks. I see comments in Substack sometimes. People are really, really curious about the new models, but they have an expectation for intelligence that may not be in line with the actual asks that they're making of the AI. If you want the AI to write you a good email, I got news for you. You don't have to have the latest and greatest model. It can just be good enough. If you want the AI to give you a quick recommendation on the formatting of a doc, you don't need a new AI model for that. What you got is good enough. And so a lot of the tasks that we are assigning AI right now are at that kind of a level where they're saturated by the intelligence we have today. There's no future model that will do a better job at formatting a one-pager. I feel pretty confident in that. We have reached peak one-pager formatting capabilities. And there's tons of those tasks. And if that's how you're using AI, you're not going to see more gains in AI. It's just not going to happen. Now, you will see gains if you're asking more complicated questions. I asked a question where I asked the AI today to make a statement, make a plan, do research on the internet, reflect on what it learned as it wrote the statement, give itself a critique, and then give itself a refined plan based on the critique. So 3 levels of reflection: the plan, the critique, and the refinement. All in one response, and it did it well. That is something a model like O3 does noticeably better than other models right now. But if you're not asking for those kinds of things from your AI, you might not notice. And that's perfectly fine. Not everyone has to use AI the way I do. Everyone has their own usage for AI. That's especially true as we cross past 2 billion users, and that's coming soon. That's coming in the next couple of months. We're all going to have our own ways of using AI. And the top #1 use case, by the way, is not this fancy work stuff that I do. It's companionship. That's actually in a survey that was released for 2025. It jumped up to #1, people using AI for companionship. And so in a sense, what we have is a social tool that people are hacking for work instead of a work tool that people are hacking for social uses. And I think that's a really interesting reframe. Anyway, you tell me in the comments, what tasks do you think are saturated? I threw up a Substack on this one as well, totally free. I think it's a really interesting topic to think about because in many ways, task saturation is more interesting in narrow term than this theory of artificial general intelligence, which is still a little ways out, and we're not really sure what it's going to look like. Cheers.